on to the next match here.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right away, guys, and let's say it as how it is. Nikita has pulled out of the competition. She has pulled out for personal reasons, and so now we're caught up in a little situation here at Wrestling Academy because Zoe Sager texted me again today and told me, say, Jacques, I'm in there, I'm in, so who am I wrestling, and then I said, well, we're gonna have to rearrange some matches, so I don't quite know. The thing that I do know is Nikita. I don't know if it's because of the last the last segment we had at the quarterfinals where she was almost not picked, within her and Zandra Lee, who was new, because we had our choices made, Casey Spinelli and Emma McVaney, which was Smiley Miley, and I don't know what happened with J&M, but I feel bad because I say to myself, whether you're in this competition and you don't think you're at a point where you may win this competition, you still got to stay in there because QT's a funny kind of guy, and QT may see something in you that you don't see in yourself and that we don't see in yourself. So, I don't know if it's because she pulled out because she felt like she was maybe, outclassed or whatever the reason might be, but personal reasons. But it's a sad situation because now we're caught up in a position now at Wrestling Academy where we got to start moving the matches around. We have another four-way a tag team match with the girls that I may have to break up, and so we're in a situation now that's a little awkward. So anyway, I know one thing for sure I could tell you is Zoe Sager is going to be there, and she's a little tiger. She is a tiger. I've seen her for the first time, the last time she was there, and I couldn't believe that little body in that ring, just taking so much space and impressing me so much. So let's wait and see. So then the girls situation, guys, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the girls later, the other match too, about them personally, but we don't know at this point who's gonna be against who. We're actually looking for something special. I talked to somebody very special today. I can't give you the scoop right now because we're waiting. We're waiting on a passport situation.
Okay.
But we may have an American girl come in there and fulfill the place of Nikita. So if that happens, I know a lot of people are going to be happy to see her. So anyway, so we're waiting on the news. So it's I know it's a scoop for you too, Jeremy. I didn't tell you yet, So, but it's okay. I think you'll be very surprised if it happens. It looks good, but it's a passport situation. So let's wait and see.
So if we'll get the news, we'll just have to look at lutteacademie.ca on the Facebook and on your website, and we'll get some info when it does happen.
And I'll give you the scoop. And I'll give you the scoop, Frank, as soon as I get it. But there's one thing I didn't want to have to see in this competition. We're doing it with Jefferson James and with Jesse Bieber and John Gonzalez. It's a three-way. It's a hard match to judge. It's a hard match for the boys themselves to shine, and it's a hard situation to make everybody even in that match, to have their 2 minutes of glory. But with the girls, I wanted to do it less because with three girls in the ring, it's another situation where it's awkward. There's one that's going to feel like she was left out a bit or didn't have her time to shine. So I didn't want to do that. But now I'm in a position where I may have to do that, where there's going to be a match, singles, one-on-one, and the tag team will become a three-way because we're going to have to pull one girl out of that tag team and bring her with Zoe Sager and have three girls together. So now who I'm going to put together with the three girls, it's another story. So hopefully we'll get some positive news from that American girl that's going to come in and just, I guess, and we're going to have to figure out, there's so many things that happen in Wrestling Academy because we got to remember, guys, we're in a learning process right now. As we're growing, we're meeting some problems, some situations that I didn't encounter, that I didn't look or foresee. So now it's like I'm like a virgin in this. Like, I don't know what it's like. I got to take some decisions, make some decisions. I often call Jeremy to have some advice, but we're going to have to look at this and how we could deal with the situation to make it even for everybody. But it's a sorry thing that I think that the people that and we don't have that very much on the men's side, you know, that all the men that subscribed, participated, they, even if they knew that there was some better than them, they still came, and they're still coming, and they're still giving their 100%. So hopefully we'll have to try to find a way, Jeremy, next year to give some incentive to the people that once they feel like there's someone better than them in the competition, to keep them in there, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I think so. Two things stand out to me in this. I personally don't think that the three ways are really the end of the world. I mean, taking it from someone who the finals, their final match, myself, was a three-way. Jessica had to go through a three-way with two other girls in her semifinal match. Look, it is a bit of an obstacle, but at the same time, in this business, you got to be prepared for those kinds of matches. I'm the first person who will say I don't mind the matches that aren't just a singles match or a tag match. Like, I actually enjoy triple threat matches. I enjoy six-man tag matches because I really feel like they open up a whole new set of things you can do. Because, you know, if you're used to just doing singles, then it's you and one opponent. But now if it's two, there's all kinds of new situations you can do. Moves on two people at the same time. Taking moves of two people, you know, stuff where it's a whole new dynamic. And I think a lot more people need to embrace that it can be fun. So that's one of the things that stands out, is there is a bit of a precedence for it. And if you're good at what you do, then, you know, you got to show it in all situations.
Well, you know what, Jeremy, I may have to ask you then, if you want to help these three girls that I put together, then you could help them with their match then. Because in my days, it didn't exist. You know, in my days, we didn't see those three ways. I didn't do any three ways. I was like 45 years in the business, and I don't think I ever done one three way. You know, so one triple threat match. So for me, it's more like an obstacle because it's unknown territory. But if you feel, and you always do a great job with the talent, Jeremy, the day of the show. So if you want to go ahead and take care of that triple match, and I'll put one together, and I'll just now need to put who's going to be who, and that'll be fun to see what you come up and what you do with them to make sure that everybody shines equally.
Yep, absolutely. I'm always up for that challenge, and like I said, I like those matches. So for me, it's not hard. It's light work, as they say. The other thing I wanted to say is that I think what kind of got lost here is the mention of Zoe Sager, because she's stuck with the competition. She's in it 100%, and I think she deserves us to talk about her a little bit. And I'll give my thoughts on her, because one of the things that impressed me with her is we were on a show in Vancouver. And I spoke to, there was a women's 3-on-3 match, and I spoke to everyone in that match, and for whatever reason, I didn't get a chance to talk to Zoe about Wrestling Academy. And I was surprised when I said to Jacques, when, you know, he had asked me to help, you know, spread the word and recruit some talent, I let him know that I'd spoken to these women, and the only one on that show that actually got back to Jacques was Zoe, who happened to be the one that I just, for whatever reason, didn't get the time to tell her. So that showed a lot of good initiative. That's something that I like about her, in addition to what she shows in the ring. You know, I think that she's someone who, for what she lacks in stature, she makes up for in athletic ability and in execution in the ring. So,
you know, Jeremy, I got to tell you something. I'm sorry for cutting you off, because I'm afraid I'll forget my idea. But I'm an old man, so I got to cut you off when I have something in my mind. So listen. When she came out the first time, she didn't impress me that much with her live interview on stage. Her presence. She had a tiny voice. She didn't take much room. But then when she came into the ring, she seduced me incredibly as a wrestler, incredibly, and even more after when she did the interview with Jessica backstage. You know, she started crying on the interview, and I couldn't believe it. Like, you know, my God, I almost felt like crying with her. So here's the thing I'm thinking: when she comes out in the semifinals, she's gonna have to do it like she did on the last promo. And she's going to have to take more room on that promo, because, you know, her ring savvy is incredible. Her prestance is incredible. But the promo, she had one not so good and one fantastic one. Yeah. So that's where she's going to have to really work on to pass in the finals.